12. Start with number 12 today. Which one's equivalent? All right, which one's equivalent? Now, desperation mode, worst comes to worst. Could you just plug in a random number for X and do it on your calculator? And the answer is yes. Okay, we're not going to do it that way because the actual way to do it is just as quick. All right, first of all, just so I know, in case you ever had to do it that way where you plugged in a random number for X, do you know how to get the cube root or heck, even the 6 root on your calculators? It's right under math. All right, so there's the cube root, and then if you wanted anything other than the cube root, you can go to number 5. Okay, right under math. All right, here we go. Much quicker to do it out, though. You'll notice all of these are radicals, but all your answers are exponents. So do you remember last year how to turn a radical into an exponent? Unless you're looking up how to do it, JT, put it away for like the 8,000th time. How do I change? Anybody remember that from last year? Okay, here's what I remember. All right, here's what I remember. You'll have an exponent, and you'll have a number in here called the index. The index. When you want to write it as an exponent, it's the exponent over the index, E over I. All right, exponent over index. That's how I rewrite a radical into an exponent. So help me out here on this one. If I'm taking the cube root of x squared, I can write that as x to the what? 2 exponent 2 over index. So that's the same as 2/3 as an exponent. Keep going. Times x to the. Now it's not 5 over 1 because this is a what type of root? Square root 2. So this will be x to the 5/2. And then I'll leave it up to you now. I got to start calling on more people too. So how can I turn the 6th root of x into x to the something? Here you go, 7. What do you got for me?
X to the
Ready? What's the exponent on the x?
1.
Yep. 1 over, what's the index? You got it. 1/6. Everyone all right transforming them now? And you got to remind me too. There's actually a song about this. E over I. Anybody familiar with the rapper Nelly? He sang about this. I'll show it to you one day. It's good tune. All right. Yep. Back in the 2000s when I used to hit up the clubs. Yep. All right. Good stuff. All right. Now, do you remember your exponent rules? Come on. When I multiply, what do I do with them? Add them up. Go ahead. That's why we got those nice calculators that can do 2/3 plus 5/2. And it'll be x to the 19/6. Perfect. Over x to the 1/6. One more step. Now remind me, what do you do with your exponents when you divide? Subtract. So this will be x to the 18 over 6, also known as x to the 3rd. There we go. Okay, x to the 3rd. E over I, exponent over index. All right, there's a method to my madness now. Go to number 26. We're doing the same thing, but backwards now. We're going in reverse. I'll give you the exponents. You give me the radical at the end. Okay, number 26. Okay, rewrite it in simplest radical form. So let's get it simplified all the way we can, and then we'll change it to a radical at the end. Do not try to change this into a radical. It'll just be a hot mess, all right? So on top, there's not much I can do on top. 2x to the 3/2. I can't do anything there. There's no operations. But on the denominator, what should I be doing with this 1/4 on the outside? Okay, yes. Not only to the x to the 4th, but you also, hey, guys, you also have to apply it to the 16. Okay, because it's all getting raised to the 1/4. So right now what I need is what's 16 to the 1/4? 16 to the 1/4. 2. What do I do with these two now? X to the 4th and x to raised to the 1/4. I heard it already, but multiply. When you raise an exponent to another one, you multiply. So this will be x to the 4 times 1/4. 1. Yep, so I'm just going to leave it like that. All right, I'll turn this over to you guys. Where do you think you can go from here? Because we're not simplified yet. Even if you have to guess, who cares? You'll learn from it. Nothing? What about him? See ya! Yeah. And then you'll have x to the 3/2 over x. Come on now. What's the rule? Subtract the exponents. 3/2 minus 1. Yep. The simplified version is x to the 1/2, but my answer says put it in radical form. Exponent over index. I know x is going in here, but what are the numbers? Where's the 2 and the 1 going? Yep, 2's on. If you want to put it there, that's fine, but it's already there since it's a square root. And what should be the exponent on the x? 1. Remember, e over I. All right, yep, so 1, 2. All right, there you go. Square root of x. How are we feeling, all right? Yep. Cannot wait 49 days to everyone's past this sucker. 27. Last one for today, 27. We're getting 3 of them in. Please remember, I have no idea what's on this test. No idea until you see it. Maybe like 2 minutes before you guys come in to wherever we're taking it, I get to see the test. So I have actually no idea what topics, what questions are on, but I can probably bet a lot of my money on a problem like 27. It seems like every year they do a rate of change problem, whether it be in the multiple choice or the part 2 like this one is. Rate of change. Do we remember the formula from last year? Rate of change. Oh boy. Rate of change. The rock, I'll call it. Rate of change. Anybody remember rate of change? Almost, Michael. Almost. Y over x. It's like the slope form. Change in y over change in x. The x's usually you get from your problem. They'll tell you what to go from. So this will be my change in x. 8 minus, so from 8 to 4. All right, there's your change in x's. Now, how do I find out what to put on top? Take 8 and I got to find its corresponding y value. JT? I take 8, plug it back into the equation. It'll give me the y value for it. I plug in 4, plug it back into the equation. It'll give me the y value for 4 here, right? Okay, so go ahead, everybody. Plug in 8. Your E button. Where's the E? Somebody help us out. Where's the E on the calc? Above the division sign. Thank you, Lance. Above the division sign. And then round to the nearest hundredth. What's that?
Would we plug in 8 and 4?
Into T, yep. Because that's the T values we have right now.
So then you
So when we plug 8 in for T, that'll give me its corresponding Y value, which goes on top. When I plug 4 in for T, it'll give me its corresponding Y value. Nearest hundredth. Evan, when you're ready. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Did you divide by 4 too already? One jab. I'm just asking for the final answer. Okay, then calm down and finish. What's your deal back there, Jason? Calm it down. I got a Mr. Hotshot back there. Thank you. 48.78. All good? I know. I think there are certain problems that I say are must-haves. This is a must-have to reach that 26 plateau. If they ask a rate of change, we got to have it. All right, got to have it. Anything else? Questions? All right, that's it for today. Nice job. That's it for today. All right, welcome to the next and final unit of statistics. This is it right here. This is it. We're done. Of Algebra 2, the final unit. Yes. All right. I do plan on finishing this before break. All right. Maybe, yeah. I don't think it'll be the actual day before, but I'm going to try to make it so it's a couple days before. Because if you notice, we only have.
Yeah, it should be before break. Come back from break. I ain't got no stats day. Day 9 is review.
I skipped day 8, so there's actually only 8 days here. Oh. All right, only 8 days. All right, now let's talk a little bit. That's great that this is the last unit, but I also told you for probability that these were the hardest 2 units in Algebra 2. All right, one good piece of news I do have for you, a lot of this unit is going to be all done by your calculator. Okay, there's new functions I'm going to show you on the calculator starting today. All right, that'll get the answers for you. You don't have to compute them. All right, but there are going to be some very, very tough spots during this unit, but we'll get you through it. Today's all a bunch of vocab, and then we're going to find some mean, median, mode at the end. All right, the first half of this unit's nice. It's not too bad. It's the second half that's stressful. All right, so here you go. First 2 terms I need to talk to you about statistics is population versus a sample. Instead of reading the definitions off to you, here's what a population is: the entire high school. Okay, a sample. Oh, thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Have a good day.
Have a nice day.
You too. Okay. High school would be a population. Anybody who's in the library now would be a sample. Okay, so if I wanted to study how many hours of sleep the average Bethlehem high school student sleeps a night, how many hours? The population would be the entire high school, but the sample would be a small size of that, which would be anybody in the cafeteria, anybody in the library right now. Okay, so everyone see the difference between population and sample, because most likely you can't get to everybody in the population. So I need to make a sample a little smaller that represents everybody. Okay, so everyone good there? All right, so I got a little situation for you. I want you to try to identify what the population is in that situation and what the sample is. Gas mileage of new cars sold in the U.S. A consumer group's going to take 845 new cars and find that they have an average of 25.1 miles per gallon. I'd like your help identifying what the population and what the sample is. Okay, what's my population and what's my sample? So population, what group overall am I studying? All right, sample, what's the smaller group within it? All right, think you can help me out? 13, think you can help me out? What's my population? What's that? Which would be, what am I studying? The, of what? Keep going. New cars in the US. That's my population. New cars in the US. I don't need to know what you're studying. I just need to know who you're studying. So the population here, new cars in the US. Everyone all right with that? That's virtually impossible to do that. So I made a little bit smaller size, and that would be? Thank you, guys. Coming in? Oh, that's beautiful. Great job, guys. Thank you very much. It's not bad, huh? Hang that sucker up later. Little tag. Beautiful. Kids are unbelievable. 4. Was it picture day I didn't know about?
No, it's
Joking.
psych up day for the
Play. Oh, are you in the play or are you
No,
behind the scenes?
I work the backstage.
Nice. Very nice, Gabe. Good luck. Break a leg, right? Is that what they say?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, literally no, but as far as the play goes, yes. Good luck. You do the musical as well?
Yes.
Nice. Very nice. Very nice.
Titanic.
Now, do you work backstage for that too, or in? Okay. All right.
I'm not a person who wants to go on stage.
Okay, to each his own. So, go ahead.
It's the consumers, the advocacy group test.
How much did they test though?
845.
So that's my smaller size. So 845 new cars. What's going on? We all right?
Yeah, we're fine.
We all right? Sample, population. Questions? My performance, Gabe, just so you know, wasn't the artsy guy. Shocker, I know. 3rd grade was the lead role, was the elf in the 3rd grade play. Yeah. I really don't remember, to be honest. It was years ago. There is a video out there somewhere. I have no idea legitimately where it is, but there's a VHS tape of the actual play we did. What? Yeah. Yeah. And also, the scarecrow and the lip sync for the lip sync we had one year when I was in 2nd grade, maybe. Scarecrow. We sang "If I Only Had a Brain," lip synced it. Yep. Yeah. Okay, moving on, just so I can get through this. All right. When you start asking people questions, you want to make sure they're fair questions. All right. They're not biased questions, which would seem something like you're trying to get a strong reaction out of them, you're encouraging a certain response, or hey, you're addressing more than one issue at a time. All right. That would be different questions that be considered biased. So I have 3 different questions I'm asking down below. Give me your idea. Do you think they're biased or not? So my first question, do you think the school needs a new gym and a football field? Biased or unbiased? This isn't an actual question. I don't care what your opinion is on here, by the way. Somebody I read that 5th period and somebody's like, no. And I'm like, I don't care what you think. I just want to know if it's biased or unbiased. What do we think here for this one? Biased. Why? Yeah, I'm for number 1, I got 2 different issues going on. I got the new gym and I got the football field. And number 2, I'm kind of pushing you towards 2 things there. Like, what if you think we need a new auditorium? Well, you don't get a shot at that because it's either this or this. So that's biased. How about 2? Don't you agree that the cafeteria should sell healthier food? Biased. I'm definitely pushing you towards a response that I want. And then how often do you exercise? That's unbiased, pretty open. Not pushing you either way. Okay? Now, how do I collect all this information? I got to find a way to collect it. 3 different ways I want you to be familiar with on how do I collect all this info. One way is called a survey, which I'm sure many of you have participated in before, either on paper or talking to somebody, a survey. Yes? Okay. I took a classic example of a survey, which is a census. Heard of that one before? Every 10 years. I don't know how they do it anymore. Telephone, email, mail. I don't know how they do it, but they want to know how many people are living at home, income, religion, race, etc. All right. They get all that stuff from me every 10 years. An experimental study is another way. Some of you may be in a part of that. I don't know. Basically, experimental study, hey, I'm going to put you in 2 groups. One's going to get the treatment I'm testing. The other's going to get a fake one, aka the placebo, and we'll see where we go from there. Okay, we've heard of that one before. All right, sometimes, though, that's not doable. An experimental study for various reasons, so we go an observational study, which is just basically you observe what's going on. Okay, you observe what's going on. Observational study. This next example makes me so uncomfortable every year. Okay, which of the following methods should you choose if you want to study a baby whose mother used drugs during pregnancy? Okay, which method would you study that effect? And hopefully we're all agreeing that you would do a observational study. I hope many of you just eliminated experimental, which is I'm going to divide you up and you get this and you don't get this. And then probably survey, you could, but probably no one's going to answer it, honestly. All right, in this situation. And then census is just thrown in there. I don't know why. All right, so observational study. Best sampling method to get a random sample from the high school. What should I do out of those 4 to get the most random sample from the high school here? Most random sample. Ooh, I know I'm going to have debates between 2 and 3.
3. 2. No, you have 2, I think.
What's more random, every 5th person or the first 30 that are in the cafeteria? Every 5th person coming into the school building. Just go with me right away here. Number 1, why isn't that the most random way? You might just get the same type of people in there, okay? Now, I had a couple people say maybe number 3 off the bat, but the problem with number 3, it's not bad. This is better too. This isn't bad, but you could get groups walking in, like a whole group of freshmen. And then what happens to the sophomores, juniors, and seniors? You don't get a good representation. And then volunteering, you don't want to volunteer. All right? That's just people who want to be in it. All right, everyone good there? Because here's where you're going to make your money today. Mean, median, and mode. Ah, the good old days, right? Mean, median, mode. Means your average. Median is the middle number, but I just want to make a point. You got to make sure your data is in order. The numbers are in order from smallest to largest if you want to find the median, the middle number. And the mode, the one that occurs the most. All right? All right, can you guys find the mode real quick for number 3 there? Find the mode for me. Add them all up and divide by how many, and I'll talk to somebody in a second. Sorry, the mean. Thank you. Everyone calm it down, all right? I was just getting excited because I know you get to use your calculator on the next one. No rounding either needed on this one. It's only a couple decimals. When you're ready there, let's hear the mean. 18, let's hear the mean. So you got 75 divided by 8. Yep, 9.375. Fresh cut back there, Ian? Nice, I like it. Professional or homegrown? That does not answer my question. Is it professionally done or is it done homegrown? So you went somewhere and got it done. Really? Wow. Well, that is interesting. Congratulations. Did you get like a lollipop or a sticker? Or you're a big boy? Okay. Do you approve of it? Stop. You care. Stop. You approve of it. Now, do you get a say in it? You don't. So no one's making the decision for you. Barber. So she chose what hair to do. That's risky. Because what if she just gave you a mohawk? Will you go back there again? Okay. That was interesting. Looks good, though. Looks good. You know what number you got on the sides? Okay. I go back home to Rotterdam, where we used to live, so Frankie can cut my hair. It's a little shady operation over there. I think he's doing more than cutting hair, but he cuts a good hair, so I'm good with it. I'm not too sure what's going on in the back, but all right, here we go. Let's go find the median now. Problem though, before I find the median, I got to put the numbers in order before you tell me which one's the middle one. So here we go. 2, I always miss one. 2, 5, 8, 9, 10, 11, 13, and 17. Did I get them all? Okay, it's not really mathematical of me, but if you want to find the middle, I just start crossing off the ends till I get there. And oh, what happened? I got 2 in the middle now. I find the average of the 2 middles if that occurs. So my median will be 9.5.
Yeah.
Thanks for the confirmation. And finally, how about the mode here? There's a problem. Is there a number that occurs most? No. So if they all occur the same amount of times, we say there is no mode. We don't write all of them down. If they all occur once, if they all occur twice, we say no mode. Good. And we put both down. So you're saying, here and I, let's see, if I say 2, 2, and 5, 5, 2 and 5. You can have more than one, that's fine. Con. No mode. If they all occur the same amount of times, no mode. Okay? Anything else? Good questions here. Anything else? What? You got to write all 7. Yeah, there's 7 modes. Yep. I would never do that to you, Dom. Calm down. All right? You're welcome. All right. And finally, we're going to start working with what's called frequency tables. All right? And finding the mean, median, and mode from the table. Now, before we do it, I want you to know what this looks like if I wrote it out. All right? And we are not doing this. Please do not write it out, and you'll see why. I have the number 56, but how many times does it occur?
4.
Yeah, so if I had you guys write it out, we'd be doing 56, 56, 56, 56. And then how many times does the number 73 occur? Yeah, I'm already tired. I'm done. And then punch it in, 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 and divide. All right, and then cross them out, cross them out, cross them out. What's the middle one? Takes too darn long. Does it all for you. You can put this table right into here and say, hey, can you find the mean and median for me? It will do everything for you. Are you ready?
Yeah.
First, where do I go to put this chart in? Everyone, you have a stat button on your calculator, don't you? Short for statistics. You have a stat button. All right, make sure the same screens are coming up as mine. You have a stat button. If you want to put numbers into a list like we do, You want to go to edit, the first one, edit. And look at that. Up pops all the lists.
So beautiful.
Okay, hold on. Does anybody have numbers in those because you've given your calculator to somebody else or what? You do, JT? Okay. Okay, here's what you do to get rid of them all. Highlight the list right now and press clear enter. And they should all, boom, disappear. Good? Okay, so in list one, we're going to put all those data numbers in right now. All right, so what is it? 54. What's the next one? 56, 73, and you can just type them in and press enter if you haven't found out already. I should probably get my own copy here. 78, 82, 86. Boom, got them. In the next column, put how many times they occur, their frequency. 4, 9, 7, 5, 5. Everyone all good? I want to make sure we go slow here. All good. That's where you go to put stat edit. That's where you put all your numbers into lists. Now I just need to go somewhere where it will calculate the mean and median for that table. You go back to stat. Go back to stat. Now we need to do some calculations, so we go over to calculate. Over to calculate. There's a ton of options, most of them which we will get to this unit. But if I want to find the mean and median, I'm going to stick right here at 1 var stats. All right, I'm going to stick right here at 1 var stats if I want to find the mean or median. Okay. Get to you in a second. All right, just be patient with me. Does everyone have L1 in list? Is frequency list blank?
Yeah.
Most have frequency list blank, unless maybe you borrowed one and period 5 already did it for you. Everyone's good, it's blank? Okay, but I put my frequency in a list too. Which list did I put it in? L2, and I need to tell the calculator that. So all of you above the number 2 right here should have L2. So tell the calculator second 2. If you want to see the frequency numbers, you got to look in list 2. Calculate, enter. Up should pop these values. I'll be with you in a sec. Okay, ready? Say, go back to calculate 1 var stats. You got to tell your calculator you're in list 1 and 2. Okay, so you got list 1 right above 1, so second 1, and you got to separate it using that comma button. And then go L2, so tell your calculator to look in those 2 lists. Go ahead, enter, and you should match ours up there now. Okay, good. All right, now, yes. Go ahead. Okay, say go to number 2. Why do we have? Okay, go back to your stat edit and go back to your list. Stat edit. That's because you have one more number in there. One job. Now go ahead. All good now?
Yep.
Okay. You need to find the mean, median, and mode. The mean, everyone ready, is represented by X bar. The first one is the mean it will give you on 1 var stats. That is your mean. We'll just round it to the nearest tenth and say 76.6. All right. So the mean, which on our calculator again is X bar, 76.6. The median, where do I find that? Scroll down. Scroll down. There's more values below. What do you see? MED, short for median. The median is 78. Look at that. It's doing it all for you. The mode. Don't try to locate it. Your calculator's not going to give you the mode. You should be able to do this on your own pretty quickly. It's the most frequent one. 73. What do you got for me?
Would it be 75.6 or?
Or did I round wrong? Oh, you son. And you're getting just so much satisfaction out of that, aren't you? I could tell. Yep, live it up. Live it up. Even the great ones make mistakes. Everybody good? And again, only use your calculator for 2 columns. You guys can, if it's just a list of numbers, you guys can simply do it quickly on your own. You only use it for if they give you a table. All right, get going. Go, get going.